Meanwhile, we've got the midget main, and it's time for Gary and Larry.
Yeah, normally we give you 30 laps tonight. 40 laps of the Mel Kenyon Classic. And here is your starting lineup. Andy Michner and Tony Stewart in the front row. Remember, the top 6 qualifiers are locked in. The second row, starting in 3rd position, Kenny Irwin. We'll talk about that important starting position momentarily. And Mike Bliss in the 3rd row. The pair of 9, Steve Lewis Performance Racing, the Beast Girders of Stevie Reeves and Stan Fox. The top 6 are inverted. The 4th row, the winners of the semis, Johnny Parsons and Jim Hettinger. Then in row 5 on the inside, Chuck Leary and Kenneth Nichols. Row 6, starting side by side, Brian Gerster and Tice Carlson. In the 7th row, Randy Talsman. He's won earlier here this season, and Paige Jones from California. In the 8th row on the inside, Teddy Hines, a 3-time Speedrome champion, and Terry Goff, who won at Speedrome last night. In the 9th row, Tracy Hines and Mike Hurst. In the 10th row, Bill Bowie and Ronnie John Cox. In row 11, Jeff Sands in 62 and Perry Yount with our camera in 51. And rounding out the field, row 12, Jack Runyon in 7R, the leading candidate for Rookie of the Year. And
hard tire to get it go 40 laps around this racetrack. So I think tires are going to be very, very important. You've got to have the race car set up so that it doesn't get too loose and burn up that right rear early.
Andy Michner has been very consistent this year. There you see him in the yellow number 6 car. And right now he is 4th in the point standings, only 36 points behind your leader, Mike Bliss.
Yeah, they're going to do a 4-breast salute to the crowd. This is something they do at a lot of racetracks around. They get side by side. They come in here. They give a big wave to everybody, and everybody always says, man, if they drop the green flag now, we'd be in a ton of trouble.
I think one time we'd like to see him drop the green on that one.
Well, I don't know. As a race car driver, when I'm sitting out there, I don't want them to drop the flag. Gunther's talking about how narrow that thing is, getting 2 cars abreast into that road course. Believe me, that corner up there, number 1, would be plenty tight with 4 cars abreast.
All right, now they'll go back to a side-by-side, 2 rows. Or 2 a row, I should say, over 12 rows, 24 cars for 40 laps in the Mel Kenyon Classic. And doggone it, we'd all love to see that gentleman out there in that yellow number 3.
Yeah.
Reeves, defending national midget champion, and Stan Fox. They qualified 1st and 2nd, so Stan starts outside the 2nd row. Let's see if he makes a quick move early on.
He's going to try to, Gary. He wants to get to the front as quick as he can. I guarantee you that.
I think Irwin might like to move quickly, too, because he's got an extra $8,000 hanging on there if he can take the victory.
Well, even though it's a 40-lap race, you got to save your tires. That's Talsman's car that should throw the sparks flying out. Look at this. Fox already. Clear down on the inside. Upside Irwin. He can't quite make it stick. He's going to have to fall back in line.
Irwin out there in the 3rd position. 4th position, your leader is young Tony Stewart in the Crystal Pepsi car out of Vincent, Indiana, car owned by Raleigh Helmling, and he has the lead right now.
Looks like several of these cars have the race cars very low in the back end. That's why the sparks are coming off. They're running the race cars so low to get some bite that they're throwing sparks. They're bottoming out, throwing the sparks. That was Bliss in that 2nd car trying to get under Tony Stewart. Couldn't quite make it stick.
You heard Fox talk about the hard tire they used to qualify. That's why he was throwing it in the corner, kind of turning it sideways to get the heat up, because he knew he had 40 laps to go, and they had to run the same compound in the feature that they qualified on.
Well, but they're all pretty much in the same situation. They all have a hard tire. Look at Bliss. He went down in there, almost slid up into the side of Stewart, but he didn't quite hit him. So he gave him plenty of room.
There's a good look at the white number 9, the Performance Racing Beast on the inside. That is Fox. Fox tried to get on the inside of Irwin. Irwin tried the inside of the benchmark car of Michner. You got that Wins car back there in 4th position, but he needs to move up 3 spots if he claims that $8,000.
Look at the Hettinger on the outside. That orange car came up on the outside of Fox, but he couldn't quite make it stick either. Everybody's looking for a way around. I think Stewart is kind of holding up the pack, but nobody can find a way around him right now.
Saw Stevie Reeves, the other white car, go by Hettinger in the Meineke car.
Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars right smack in a row. Oh,
hang
man.
on, Mike Bliss. He tried that slide on the inside, didn't make it work.
Boy, it looks like he doesn't know where he's going to end up when he takes that slider in there, but he hasn't hit him yet. He's always giving him plenty of room.
Foxy again looks to the inside. Remember, he won the Copper Classic. He won the big race that we televised from Milwaukee a couple of weeks ago, the Badger World Classic. He is very tough on pavement.
Bliss didn't get us quite a good shot. Oh, there's Paige
there's
Jones.
Paige Jones in the other Potter car, the other Potter V6. He is headed for the pit area, and his race comes to a premature conclusion.
Boy, these first 7 cars are just running bumper to bumper. Man, how close can you get?
Remember, Tony Stewart was late in arriving here at Raceway Park, got no practice whatsoever, had to qualify with only 1 lap, and he's out there leading.
He sure is. No
the inside. Bliss, who lives in Milwaukee, Oregon, but this summer moved to Indianapolis for all the racing. Trying to pick up another midget victory here at IRP. Tony Stewart drives that car from Vincennes, as we mentioned, but Raleigh Helling always seems to have that car set up just right for his driver.
Well, he always hires some pretty doggone good race car drivers, too. That doesn't hurt anything. But that race car, all these cars, look at that. A V4, a V6, a straight line 4, 1, 2, 3. Man, these guys are running 2, 4, 6, 7, I'm battling back and forth. What a race.
Now remember that fourth car back there in line, the fifth car back in line is Kenny Irwin in the Win-sponsored car, but he needs to move up a few positions because he has $8,000 in bonus money if he can win this race from the Wins Challenge.
Fox is going to give Michener a shot on the inside. Can't quite make a step. But look at Kenny Irwin. As soon as he moves out of line, Kenny Irwin went right around him on the outside, moved him back a spot. Whenever you pull out of line,
it's almost like a NASCAR draft. Once you pull out the draft, they go on by you.
That's right. You lose your spot. Now Irwin's going to try the inside.
This is perhaps the best race that we have seen all season long with the total number of cars in contention right now.
Yes, and we still got a long way to go. Right?
10 laps complete. 10
to go. 10 laps gone. Bliss right now, right in behind Stewart, trying to get a shot. Here he's going to try him again. Every time he gets a little bit of a run, he just can't quite get in the corner deep enough to get around him, and he has to fall back.
At the same time, Irwin took a shot on the inside of Michener.
Stewart in the front 4 car, Bliss in the second, number 6 car, the other blue car, running 1-2 right now, Gary.
That's Michener back there in third. Irwin is fourth. In the first white 9 car, there is Fox on the inside. He again tries the inside position going into turn 1.
Turn 1 is the hardest corner. Turns 1 and 2 are the hardest corners to pass on the inside.
Well, the Meineke car, the yellow number 5 of Hettinger, has gotten around Stevie Reeves, and now he pulls up to compete with Fox.
He might be the man to watch. He has not been battling anybody. He's just been riding back there in that 4th, 5th, 6th spot. He hasn't been using up his tires. Been running the race car very straight. It might be the wisest thing that he's done.
Well, now I have to ask you, Larry, do you count the laps in your head as you're out there racing? Do you look for some sign from the pit crew, or just wait for the flyman to give you 5 laps left?
No, right now, he's just trying to run the race car smooth and straight, take advantage of anything that's given to him, but he's not trying to take anything away from anybody. He's taking the positions as they come to him, but he'll realize, he'll get that cross flag. When she gets to halfway, then you're going to see him get a little more aggressive, try a few more things, but right now, he's quite happy to run right there. Some of the other guys want to run a different style of race. They want to be more aggressive. They want to get up front first. It's just the difference in the style and the way the guy wants to run his own race.
So look at this parade down the front stretch. You think that Tony might be just a tick off the speed, but he's using that groove that they can't get by.
Well, I think Tony's running as fast as he can run, and he's running the race car straight, and he's going to use up all the racetrack that he can use because he knows that as long as he's leading, they've got to take the racetrack away from him. They've got to take the lead away from him. He doesn't want to give it away. He wants them to take it.
Well, they have now completed half the race, 15 laps down. Now 16 laps complete.
Well, it's a 40-lap race, Gary, so they're not halfway yet.
That's right. I'm still thinking 30 laps. Yes, 40 laps.
So they've still got a long way to go. Everybody's right now seems to be a little less aggressive. Oh, well, as I say that, Mike, Bliss takes one more shot. But everybody settled down there for a few laps, just kind of rode in line, and then all of a sudden they kind of get their tires cooled down and think this is going to be it. I got him this time.
If they're coming up on some lap traffic, this could be interesting.
Well, lap traffic could play a very, very important part. If these lap cars don't get down out of the way, it could be very, very important for what happens in these next few laps.
There they pull up behind